Welcome back, everybody, for the third part of The Secrets of Cats. This ragtag crew from a block in the city of Atlanta, from the inner city of Atlanta, has gone downtown for a meeting to find out that there's something funky going on with the rats in this city, and they dive deep into the sewers of Atlanta to see if they can't figure out what's going on. And in fact, they did. Through some daft efforts, they outsmarted the king rat's use of sewage water when he tried to flush him out. And as they snuck up on this grand gathering of rats, thousands of them all across the walls of this sewer, King Rat floats in a large paper boat in the center of this kind of hollowed out dome area inside of the sewers, and begins to play his pan flute. And as he does, the rats around him begin to react, to have some kind of visceral reaction to this music. And Twinkle Toes, you see the blue, like, smoke gets thicker, this kind of, whatever presence or essence it is that he's letting off, this pheromone, maybe. But most importantly, as you all I imagine all 5 cat heads are like, and a ferret head, are like stacked around the edge, like peering in at what's going on. And you watch as a much smaller, I'd even say a mouse, more like a house mouse, swims up and onto the boat. And as he plays, he stops just one moment and he says, "Tonight is our night. No longer are we considered vermin. We shall rise to the surface and teach all those animals who it is that rules this city." And he picks up this mouse and he eats it whole. And as he does so and cannibalizes this mouse, he grows in size.
I'm curious. I just got to know how much, like on the size ladder, because of these scale rules, and I'm just sort of there's like really small, the insect and so forth. I'm just kind of wondering how
he goes from what is probably like a city rat, 6 or 7 inches plus his tail, to being a little bit closer to an average house cat.
So we're like the same size now, is what you're saying.
He kind of like grows in size. His boat sinks a little bit as he devours and slurps down the tail of the little brown mouse who sacrificed itself for its leader. And the
Mice
5
are so cute.
I know. Oh, no. You hear, as brave as he's trying to be for Sparkles, you hear Stutter like, no, and he kind of pulls back, and he might even tug at all of you at your tails and like pull you back around the corner, so that you have a second to maybe make a plan.
Okay, so like I have an idea to like help cut down their numbers.
Yeah.
Did you notice that big wheel up there over the open pipe that I'm using a fate point to create?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I noticed it.
New aspect.
Okay, I can like go into another realm of the mind and like go turn it. But it's like kind of dangerous for me to get over there. So like if you guys could distract, and then when the water comes out, you jump out of the way of the water and I'll flush like a bunch of the rats down the tunnels.
Oh.
It'll cut down on their numbers.
I'm gonna go steal this pipe.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thievery's great.
And then I kind of disappear.
Okay.
Wait, stealing what pipe?
The pipe he's playing with.
The pan.
Oh, the pan flute thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So.
Wait. What was you gonna say that Butterball?
Well, so I have some yarn, and Butterball just pulls out a little ball of yarn.
The third item from your mysterious pocket.
My third pocket item. And so, we can like trip him up and tie him up, but I'm not really fast enough on my own, like normally. But so I don't know if you guys know this, but
What?
I'm not allowed to have catnip anymore because well, I get a little excited on the catnip, but I think we can use it to our advantage. So so I can help distract and trip up some rats while you get
Nip
over
the
there.
nip, yo.
Oh, okay. Butterball has not had any in a very long time.
Hey, Butterball, you and me, bro, you got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else? Little
Are we
battle
ready?
nip.
So,
You're like drug addicts, like going to fight, like, yeah.
yeah.
I'm good, let's go.
So we've got who's
Butterball
taking
the
All the
70s.
advantage of speed he can
who's
get.
taking the catnip? Is it just
I am
Butterball?
throwing catnip. No, I'm throwing some catnip on the ground and rolling on it, and then curling up in a little ball and going to sleep to astrally project myself.
Okay. You put yourself into a cat coma here and around the corner to keep your body safe, because that's really smart, because
Yes.
you're going to have to... But Butterball, it does the exact opposite for you. You don't feel a slumber at all from the catnip. You get that tingling in the tip of your tail, the one that makes
got
it
that
twitch at a weird angle. And then you get that feeling like you just need to run up and down the furniture for no reason. Like you really just need to go from one end of the sofa to the other end of the sofa to simply prove that you're capable of doing it.
It's obviously 2 in the morning right now.
It's obviously
look at me.
Don't look at me. So here's what I will say.
Yells.
Yeah, here's what I'll say with the catnip. You're gonna get, just because it was already an aspect we had in play, your next move gets basically a free invoke. Whatever your next action is just gonna get a free invoke on that action, because you're basically gonna burn this catnip off real quickly. You're a big old cat, but it's just enough to give you that oomph that you need to do whatever it is that you're going to do.
I think if Rocky is cool, I'm gonna give him one part of the yarn, and we're gonna just like go string in rats.
But I gotta come out of like concealment first. So like you go out there and I'll just like jump out of the shadows.
Now, Sourdough, you're already as a mouse.
Yes. And I would like to use my surprise that I can use once per session to magically appear.
Okay.
I've snuck my way close to the boat. And I'm going to try to steal the pan flute.
Okay. This is going to put us into combat. Are we
But that's
all...
why I was letting everyone else
Okay.
get their thing before I...
Sparkles.
Yes.
You watch all... They're preparing very clearly for battle, and at your feet is already snoozing Twinkle Toes. Does Sparkles do anything?
Sparkles is going to be putting out a ward around her friend Twinkle Toes to protect her.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So we'll say then Sourdough is going to make first action that really puts us into combat, and then everybody else can kind of,
Butterball go zoom.
yeah, get ready. So,
Release the butterball! It's like that scene in Indiana Jones with the boulder rolling down.
exactly. So,
Butterball is the boulder, and the rats are Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Sourdough, you're going to have to make the stealth to get up there.
Okay.
Without any of these rats seeing you. This is not an easy feat, but
Is
don't
it because
forget...
I am in rat form.
So this is how it works. You're going to make the stealth check, and if you don't
Okay.
do well, remember, you have free invoke. So you have She's Not There, which definitely would allow you... Or Rat Cat. I'm sorry, you have the 2 Rat Cats, so you can cash in on those for free.
I rolled a 4.
4 is enough to get there.
Okay.
That's basically
Perfect.
it in this case. It's enough to get there. That is not enough to pickpocket him, to like take it out of,
Okay,
of
so
their
do I,
hand.
how
It'd
do
probably
I
be
spend
burglary, right?
my thing?
Burglary to take
Okay,
it.
so I roll burglary now. Oh, it's right there.
You got this.
You got this.
Believe in you.
7.
You got this, my friend. You got this.
So as soon as I get the pan flute, I'm gonna just like grab it with my little mouse mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, your mouse. So that's right. You're dressed. Okay, so you catch him monologuing. He's
Yes, that-
monologuing
perfect.
in between his music. You catch him monologuing, and he simply kind of lowers the pan flute, and the mice and the rats are beginning to kind of crowd around him, creating almost some organized formation or chaos out of this. And he's monologuing about what we're gonna do to all the furry felines and how they're gonna tear their flesh. And he eats, another rat and kind of gets a little bigger, and he puts it down by his side, and it's exactly enough for you to reach up and snatch it from his hands. Who do you pass it off to? Whose turn is it?
I'm gonna send it to Butterball.
Yes.
With the zoomies.
with the zoomies.
Yes.
And
Butterball.
you see it, Butterball. It, slow motion freeze from his hand. Actually, in fact, that's an epic roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one free invoke on the pan flute, not the Rat King.
Okay.
And it's gonna be oh, you know what? This is far too much fun. It's a little stuck in your mouth. So it's difficult to get out of your mouth. It can't be taken back quite as easily, but it's going to be difficult for you to do anything. Like maybe you bit into it and it's like caught in your little teeny teeth or something. So what do we call this one? Mouthful of pipe.
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
There you go. You got a whole mouthful of it, which means if somebody tries
Crazy?
to take it back, right? If
Isn't the
anybody-
Sparkles thing mouthful of pipe?
I actually think it's the other way around.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like,
True. You're right. You're
It
right.
might be.
Sorry.
So that
Sparkle's
now
enjoying herself.
is the perfect. So basically, it makes it more difficult for somebody to take it from you, or if somebody tries to get it back.
Perfect.
So that's the benefit of rolling so epically on your burglary. And then Butterball, like slow motion. It's like Sonic gearing up to take the loop.
It's a full, like, you know the butt wiggle for the pounce when you
Yeah,
watch a cat
yeah.
just like gear up? It's like a big gear up, and then just without warning, he goes launching.
Where are you
just
headed?
so-
What are you trying
toward-
to do?
So sober Butterball's plan is to like wrap them all up in yarn.
Okay.
Revved up Butterball might have forgotten the purpose of this. However,
Such a cat thing to do.
and he
So
just
perfect.
starts running, trailing the yarn,
Okay, I'm gonna have you. Okay, so
hopping
I'm
over rats.
gonna
Just
have
know
you
it.
make an athletics check for this.
Okay.
Okay. Even if you roll poorly, that's okay. But you are taking a free invoke because you have the zoomies.
That's true.
You're in the zoomies, so you're gonna get a +2 to this roll, regardless of how it comes out. If it's really high, we'll say you get the benefit of remembering what you were attempting to do. Okay? If not, you may still get some benefits from it, but you may not tie up all the rats like you expected. So let's.
Okay, so this is my athletics is average.
Did you add the
but
2
then-
to that?
No, not yet. So that bumps it up to 3.
That's okay. That is enough to run out there and run around, and you forget. I imagine you're holding the yarn ball in your mouth.
Wait. Can Butterball also invoke in a tight spot? Because I feel like maneuvering through all those rats and people is a tight
Yes.
spot, and I feel like you could maybe
Ooh.
invoke that as well to bring you up to a 5.
Like
Yeah.
somebody.
Feeling like that.
Nice.
Perfect. Great way.
Weaving, knocking
Um,
over rats.
Which
Oh,
one?
higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah, in a tight spot. So we're gonna
Rats
cash
at your
in
belly
and get
bouncing
rid
in the water.
of in a tight spot.
Yeah.
Because Butterball is this. I would consider this a tight spot, and so
Yeah.
between the free invoke because of the catnip, and because of this second one, that boosts it to a 5, which is very much enough for you. I imagine you zoom out there at first with the yarn in your mouth, and you're just like, and then you're like, oh yeah, and you like. Pull it out of your mouth, and you see Butterball move like you have never seen a Butterball move before.
You probably won't
Zooming
ever
all over
see
the
it
place,
again.
like smacking rats out of the way. But as Butterball zooms in and out, it creates this kind of tangled mess of yarn and rats that are trying to get to the king. That they are not going to be able to do that. I'm going to create a new aspect from this
Okay.
for us. So we've got 3 aspects in place. Well, we actually kind of use got dat nip. We've really used that, I think.
I think we've achieved got that new.
I
real well.
I added another aspect right before we left, a situation where like a scene aspect called Big Wheel in the Sky. So that there's something, because that was set up by all of you, and we're gonna add this one called Mice in a Maze. And in this case, the maze is the yarn maze or mice.
Yes.
Macro mice, like macrame.
Oh, macromice.
Yes.
Macro mouse. Sorry.
Macro
Macro
Mouse. I
Yes.
love that.
Yes.
First off, I now want a superhero called Macro Mouse who
Yes.
just
Yes.
makes macrame and saves the day.
Just like flies in,
Yeah.
knits a net, and
So-
throws it out.
Unlike an invoke, the aspect is there for you to cash in on. So you can use, just like any other aspect, a fate point to like
Did we get any free invokes on that one though? Because we get 5.
it's a 5. So I would say you would probably get 1 out of this only because it's a very difficult task. And this one I'm just gonna call
Macromouse.
Can it be? Well, you could use that or like a whack-a-mouse because now they're all kind of tied. And you can go bounce on them.
I like that. Tied together.
There we go.
Because that
I'll
means if
knit up.
one moves, another has to move, right? Actually, you know what it is? Those are backwards. The aspect is tied together.
Yes.
The
Yes.
the invoke, the free invoke you have is
Is
macro
macro
mouse.
mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That seems I got those backwards. But yes, I think that's the stop being this way, Roll 20. Why you gotta be like that?
Why you gotta be this way?
You're watching Butterball go absolutely bananas, and he's just running, and then he just randomly he'll like hop on stuff, and you just see so much fur go up and then down.
Yeah.
Like, and then he turns and he does like a like,
And so
zooms the other
like
way.
magic, Butterball has kind of bound these mice together so they're not moving as quickly. They're incapable of actually reaching, and now that he can't play his pan flute. But that is the moment that King Rat knows something is up. And in a moment he goes, "No! Get them, they're here!" And Butterball, whose turn is it?
Yeah, I want to pass it to a rat or mouse or.
You want to pass
yeah,
it off
let's-
to okay.
I want to
Pass
see
it
what
to the
they'll
bad
do,
guys.
right? And then we can figure out what
Okay.
Rocky and
No,
Sparkles
no,
like others
I'm here for it.
want to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
Okay.
it.
yeah.
So I would say then, not Rocky. King Mouse takes his turn. We'll say it's his turn. He's giving a command to his following of mice. He's going to. He goes, "No,
Gosh
my
darn
magical flute," which is not good.
We need to get that flute to Sparkle. I bet Sparkle's a flute player like nobody's business. That's what I feel like.
I bet you
just-
right.
She's really good at
Bet you
that. I
right.
heard.
I heard she's. I'm look. It's not even phrasing. I just feel like you're musical.
Yeah,
It's not. I don't know about that.
I mean, she is the one who sings the most. She's got to know how to play a flute.
Yeah.
It's logic.
going. Okay,
Yeah,
here's what
go
he's
with
going
that.
to do. He's going to attempt to provoke. He's going to attempt to provoke his mice into attacking you. Okay. So we'll very quickly roll a little provoke action. Oh,
Ooh, terrible.
he rolled terrible.
He
Okay.
doesn't have the flute.
Well,
Yeah,
it is true. I technically have fate points. So
You
I'm
have
gonna
5 of them,
I have
yes.
5. So
Yep.
I'm going to cash in on one of my fate points. And I'm just gonna re-roll that. That was bad. I'm just
That was a
gonna
terrible roll.
re-roll.
That was pretty
That's better.
sticky.
A good. He successfully, not with any kind of flair or snaz, but he rallies the troops on his turn. And you see all of the mice that are kind of bound together, caught up in this string. They all turn and look at Butterball with their beady little rat eyes. He is going to pass it off to the horde of rats because he gave them a
Of
command.
course he
He
is.
doesn't want to pass it
course
to one of
he
us.
does. And these mice, this horde of mice, are going to make a fight check because they are going to jump on Butterball, or at least attempt to.
Oh, Butterball.
Butterball.
No,
They're
Butterball.
just mice.
It's okay. She's got a lot of extra.
Point of order. I am close enough to Butterball. I'm going to take that defense for Butterball.
Oh.
I'm gonna give up my. I have an ability to give myself a bonus if I come out of stealth to attack somebody.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give up that bonus in order to defend Butterball instead. I'm gonna give up that bonus. I'm no longer gonna be in the stealth, but I'm gonna protect Butterball because Butterball's my bro.
So
And
you're
so,
going to
like-
prevent this attack, basically.
Well, I'm gonna take the defense instead. So they're gonna be attacking me, not Butterball. So I'm gonna like leap out
It's so
right
cool.
out of like nowhere, and I'm gonna be like, I think it's me you want. And I'm gonna take that defense roll instead.
And they do. That's what they want. They jump on you instead. Granted, they only rolled. I'm rolling so poorly. They rolled a 0, which means I
gotta roll my athletics.
Yeah, you gotta roll your athletics to try to defend it or get out of the way of it.
But it's okay because I got a thing going on.
Okay.
I got a thing.
And I believe you also have. I think you have a stealth.
I do got a stealth thing. So I'm gonna tell you something. This is a little bit important.
This is super important.
So do I just gotta know, do I succeed with style with that number? I think I do, yeah?
You do.
Okay, so this is how it works. So I jump out and I'm like, oi, hey yo, it's me, you know what my friend Butterball? I'm way more exciting than Butterball. And like as they pass by me, I'm like, shink. Like I do a dodge that involves a little bit of my claws. You see what I'm saying? And I got this ability called offensive defense. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And when I like dodge, I kind of sometimes also injure people. So I'm gonna do like 2 stress to them because you know, yeah, it's one of the things I get to do. I get to do stress on people when I'm defending myself because I'm a bit of a dancer. You know, like I'm all right. You know, I got some moves. I got like moves. I got cat moves. You know, I got cat moves.
You got them moves like Jagger?
Yeah, them moves like, but like, you know, I got
Jagger. That's the other cat that lives at the end of the
Yeah, that's the other cat that lives on the other street. He's not nearly as cool as you.
So
it's like when they come to swarm, I put myself right in the way and I'm like, hey, over here. And when they come at me, I just like kind of a little bit like a matador. I just like slip out of the way. I'm like, hey, but like as I'm slipping, I just like almost as if I had a switchblade, but it's not a switchblade because I'm not a human being, my cat. So it's like I switchblade my claws.
Okay.
And then I like just rake them across them a little bit for two stress.
Okay, 2 stress. Okay, this group of rats will take the full stress this time around. They take it, and they do. You kind of as you dodge, it's like you might accidentally elbow one or like step on one. Claws come out and actually rake a few. And we actually lose a few mice who are still bound in all of this yarn and string. And Butterball, you are not hit. Rocky has stepped in to defend your buttery greatness.
That's right.
Yeah.
Buttery greatness.
I guess these rats are going to pass their turn off to one of you. So it's going to be Rocky. That was a defensive move, right?
It was a defense. It was not my action.
Okay. I'm going to say they're just going to pass it off to you because we're in combat, and then you can pass it off to whoever you like when you're done. So your turn.
So what I do is I look at that rat king as I got blood on my claws. You see what I'm saying? I got blood on my claws. And I look at that rat king and I'm like, hey. You don't know what we know, but I'm going to tell you something. I am the baddest, most dangerous cat on the block. I'm going to tell you something. Me and my friends and all of these people, we're going to murderize you. We're going to destroy you. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're not afraid for your life, you should be. You should
totally
be
afraid.
because you don't know. You don't know how dangerous we are. We are dangerous.
So dangerous.
But this here Butterball, look at Butterball's eyes. Butterball's eyes are crazy right now.
I imagine one's like actively twitching with the last of the catnip.
Like,
So what are you trying to do here, Rocky?
So what I'm doing is provoke to intimidate. But see, here's the thing about you. You don't know about me. I got dangerous moves. You know what I mean? Like I got moves like Jagger. I got like all the moves. So like I can use my fight to intimidate, to provoke rather than my provoke. Because people just look at me. They just look at my dangerousness, my little like, you know. And so here's the thing. I just make sure in that moment that I put on my cat sunglasses that probably made out of plastic because they got caught from, you know, one of them online stores and everything. And I'm like,
sure.
you don't know. And I'm gonna try to put an advantage on him. I'm gonna intimidate this fella.
Okay.
So he's, you know,
Butterball is helping.
Butterball's helping.
Butterball is all the help.
I have been waiting for you to use the word murderize.
Moiderize them.
Moiderize.
I'm just sitting here like he's going to say it eventually.
Oh,
He's got to
I
say
am.
it.
And I'm gonna use my strut in the shadows because
Yep.
I came out like so amazingly.
Yep.
I'm like when I came out, it was exciting. So that's gonna put me at a 5.
That does put
And,
you at a 5.
But I also got to tell you something.
Oh,
I
no.
got 1 fate point left,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna use it. And I'm gonna use my one last fate point because I want that to be a 7 because I don't know what kind of defenses this Rat King has got, and I want to be good. You know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a tough guy.
Yeah,
You know
tough
what I'm
guy.
saying?
you are
I'm
a tough guy.
People are afraid of me, you know? So I'm gonna invoke my tough guy aspect, spend my very last fate point that I got. Because if I can put some fear of this in this Rat King, my friends are gonna just moiterize him.
Yep.
That's what I want to
So
do.
you basically are trying to set up an advantage for them.
That is correct. I am trying to, because I don't need to attack them. My friends can do that. What I'm trying to do is trying to
Make
make
him
him
fear.
make him doubt himself, make him fear, make him second guess himself. You know, rattle his what do you call it, his confidence. I want to destroy that man's confidence. Is what I want to do.
Okay,
That's what I want to do.
yeah, rattled confidence.
I want to rattle his
Nice.
confidence. Is what I want
Nice.
to do.
Yep.
And I'm hoping I get those 2 free invokes so my friends can come in and
Yep. 2
just
free
carry it.
invokes, so
very
that there's
much.
now one called rattled confidence. The Rat King seems shook, to say the least.
He all shook up.
He all shook up. Mhm.
Uh-huh. That's right, baby. I'll
Who
tell you
do you
something.
pass it off to, Rocky?
Right now, at this moment, I know that he's got his rattled confidence, and he can't do anything else. But I'll tell you what, I know who can do something right now. That'll be my most gorgeous, the most beautiful Sparkle. I think that she can.
Sparkle. All right, Sparkle. You would like to set up a ward around Twinkle Toes? Or would you like to
No,
do
I've-
another action?
So I would like to use my Ricky Ticky Thirsty, and I'd like him to come here. And I'm like,
Give
hey,
me-
baby,
Yup.
I need you to do me a favor,
What?
Stutter.
You want me
I'm-
to stutter?
No, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell me your true name.
Oh!
But I really shouldn't. I
Stutter, baby.
He goes.
I want you. I've never wanted another animal so badly in my life. Do you see this sparkle that is all across my chest? It's sparkling for you, Stutter. Just tell me one little thing.
My. You can tell he's struggling. He's trying. He's trying not to make eye contact with you. He's doing that thing where like if I don't look at it, it won't.
Her eyes get real big with the like.
And he goes. They call me. They call me Ferret Wheel.
Thank you, Stutter.
Oh, poor Stutter.
And he spills the beans. He tells you his real name. He looks ashamed. We'll say this is technically to tell you the name you were gonna roll. I'm just gonna let you cash in on one of your thirsties. He told you that pretty willingly.
Yeah.
What would you like to do for the rest? What would you like him to do for your turn? Which is basically what you're doing, is commanding him.
Yes. So I will be using naming, and I just want my dear ferret wheel to do something for me. I want him to go down into the sea of rats to my friend Sourdough, who has the pipe, and I want him to bring it back to me.
Very smart. He is a rather dexterous
love
little ferret
about
wheel.
What I love about Sparkles is that she does naming, but she just convinces them all to tell her their name.
So
It's not stealthy.
it's not. It's just so I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll, because basically what I'm gonna let you do is set up an advantage for him to do the thing that you want. So let's get the roll from you for the naming to start. fantastic is what it is, literally. You'll set up a kind of free invoke for him, like in this case. Woo! What do we want to call this one?
Thirst trap.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Thirst
say
trap.
He got
okay.
trapped by his thirst.
I had
did.
the same thought.
He did, and he's gonna get a benefit to doing this thing for you. And so he goes, Ferret wheel is on it, and he slinks around the corner, and you see he kind of stays to the edge. I mean, he's a ferret, and for the first time he kind of drops on all fours, and he moves super duper fast. He's going to roll. When I pull up this character sheet, he's going to roll. Why are you being this way?
Oh, the tension. The
I
tension.
know.
I know. What
know,
is it?
I
What is
know.
it? He
What is he rolling?
I was about to say he can't really.
Will?
drive. I
Athletics?
was gonna say he's gonna roll athletics. I think, which is really good for him because he's a ferret.
Yeah.
He's
feels
a ferret.
Yeah.
So he rolled a 3 plus the free invoke you gave him, making it a 5. And he slips through much easier than the rats did, like with the yarn and stuff. He doesn't get caught. You see him, even when he kind of hits the water, he kind of quick glides and he skirts through the mice and runs right up to Sourdough. And Sourdough, you have quite a hold on this thing.
It's stuck.
It's stuck, and the ferret reaches up to take it from you, and it becomes a little bit of a tug of war. And we'll see what you can do about that on your turn. Sparkles, who do you pass it off to?
I pass it off to my
Twinkle Toes.
dear friend, Twinkle Toes.
Oh, thanks, yo.
You're in a deep
You're welcome.
catnip slumber.
You're the best.
No, you're the best.
You're the best. I wouldn't rather be in combat with anyone else,
you're
Twinkle.
The best, Sparkles.
Twinkle, twinkle, my little star.
I will. I totally will.
And
Okay.
Twinkle Toes, you fall into a deep sleep to use the ability you wanted. And as you, and your astral body leaves your physical form, which is in a very cute little cat ball sitting at the bottom of the sewer, you round the corner, and because you are an astral form, and because earlier you rolled for this, you see something that nobody else sees. Hovering above the Rat King's head is a poltergeist, a ghost, a man, a human. He wears I don't know, little stockings or something. He very clearly is looking down at
breeches.
Sourdough. Yeah, little breeches, little buckled shoes, little spinders, and a hat of some kind. He seems out of time, out of place. Yeah, why not a feather? He seems very angry looking down at Sourdough, who has his pipe, and he's screaming kind of in silence, or the way one might at a really far distance, at the Rat King. You can't quite understand what he says. He has not noticed you.
Okay. I am going to. She kind of astrally hunkers down for a second, and then she leaps up, and she's kind of moving around using the different pipes for cover
Yes.
as she flies up towards the wheel. And she's going to try to stay out of his line of sight till she gets up to the wheel. And then she grabs it with her little kitty hands and thumbs. And since she is all thumbs, she is going to begin to turn it.
Okay. I am going to have you make your magic roll, because you're
Okay.
basically in an astral form trying to affect the physical realm, which is really
Right.
difficult. So you're going to have
Right.
to roll really high, but you've got a couple free invokes that'll help you here. You took catnip, which makes you grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Grounded in the physical plane is kind of how I think about that. So that's a free invoke
Sure.
that you've got. I believe you could cash in on a DJ Saved My Life.
Okay.
That is still something that's there. There are plenty of things. So let's get the roll and tell me what the base roll is, and let's see if we need to boost you
Okay.
up.
That's 3 + 4. That's a 7.
Wow. Okay. I will say that is enough to definitely open this. I would say maybe Sourdough and Stutter.
Rocky.
And Rocky's in there too. Anybody that's in the space, Butterball too. You see the latch in the ceiling. There's nothing there, but the like hatch begins to like and turn on its own.
Now, I have a question, and I don't know if I need to do this or not, but could I use She's Not There to do this subtly enough that the poltergeist doesn't notice?
I would say you could definitely take one of the two. She's Not There.
Awesome.
And
I will do that.
Absolutely cash in on that. For sure. So that makes that a 9, which is
Yes.
plenty to like squeak this open, creak it open, and the hatch falls. When it does, it releases water. Your astral form, that doesn't matter for you. It does matter for everybody else below you. And I'm going to say that this sets up a new aspect in this scene, which is
Brown rat.
yeah, drowned rat, which is that this section is beginning to fill with water. It's going to become very high very quickly. Very nice. Who do you pass it off to, Twinkletoes? We enter the fresh round.
I think that it's like really kind of important that we resolve what happens with the pipe first.
Okay,
So I'm gonna pass it off to Sourdough.
love it. Sourdough. Stutter is like, give it to me, give it to me, and it's like caught in your little teeth. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take a look at Stutter, shake my head, just out of like, you idiot. And I'm going to, at this point, start changing size again
Okay.
to larger than my cat form,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start running.
Are you changing back to being a cat, or you want to stay as a rat?
I don't care what I am. I just
Perfect.
want to be bigger than everybody else.
Great. So
And I'm gonna
let's
start zooming.
zooming. So let's get the roll because that's your magic,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
let's get your shaping roll. It won't take much. It's not against anything. You just need the basic 6.
8.
Holy crap!
Oh
you could
my
take
gosh.
any form you wanted.
I want to be big enough that if I run through the room, other things can jump on me and maybe escape.
Easy.
But as I'm doing this, because I have the mouth full of pipe, god damn it, I'm gonna swallow.
I was actually going to compel you to swallow it because your troubled aspect is what?
Yeah.
I like snacks,
Hand
but
I will
I don't
give you a
want that
fate
rat
point.
to have it. So
Yep.
I'm good. God, okay. So
Yep.
I'm gonna swallow the pipe and
You
then just
swallow.
start
I
running
will
as
tell you
fast
this.
as I can. Oh no!
The ferret hangs on and goes down with it.
Tasty.
You ate
Yeah.
Ferris wheel.
She has a little. She burps a little.
You burp. You burp a little. The pipe makes a little like, it like whistles from your belly. We don't know if Ferret Wheel is dead or not, but I will say that Ferret Wheel is, his goal was to get it from you, and when Sourdough swallowed it, he went with it.
Because I have getaway cat and I stole the pipe. I get to use my burglary instead of athletics to run away.
Nice. So
Nice.
let's get. I mean, that
Sweet.
was a legendary. So the shape is there. Let's get burglary then to get you out.
5.
Nice.
Man,
Yeah.
you guys are
yeah.
killing these rolls tonight. That is a superb roll at a 5 for our audio listeners, and yeah, that'll do it.
Like I said, I would like to position myself and run such a way that I kind of loop around. And as I'm running, kind of try to pick up any cat that is
Yeah,
like, I probably head to Rocky first, just pick him
you
straight up like a
yeah,
baby.
Yeah,
Because you know Rocky's not gonna go by himself. He's like,
Yeah.
because he's like taunting the big
the
rat.
rats
He's
are
like,
beginning to crawl up Rocky, and I imagine
Yeah,
you
you-
pick him up by
come
the
on.
tuft of the neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a
He's
kitten.
like, well,
And just
Quick
start
catch.
zooming around the room to
He
pick
just
anybody
goes
else
limp.
up.
She's like, yeah, you want some of this one?
So here's
No, I
what
feel
I'll
like you're still
say.
doing that like in my mouth, like, yeah, come get some.
Come on, get some.
And when you scruff a kitten, they just go.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's what I'll say. You only have 2 cats to pick up. So in this case, it's Butterball and Rocky because Sparkles has kind of stayed at a distance around the corner
Okay.
to watch Twinkle Toes' physical form.
Yeah. And Butterball was near Rocky.
Yeah. Yep. And so
Okay.
you are, if you make that burglary a 7, you can pick up both of them without needing to make another roll. So you
Okay.
can spend a free invoke. You've got Rat Cat. You've got
Okay. Yeah, I'll do whatever
Yep.
I have to get it.
So you could also Mouthful of Pipe is also one you
Yeah.
could cash in on. So let's do that one.
DJ
because it's very
saved my life would
Yeah.
be good.
yeah.
Mouthful of pipe. Now I have a mouthful of cat.
Now you have a mouthful of cat, so it's kind of shifted, but
I still have a
you
mouthful.
do it. Butterball, you see Sourdough now kind of has the zoomies, but only because she's massive. And maybe you grab the tuft of hair and she like links you with it. Rocky in her mouth, and she zooms around the circumference of this room just as the water's beginning to pour in, and it begins reaching the top of the last of the brick, and Sourdough kind of swings around the corner and comes skidding. Sparkles, you don't see Ferret Wheel, but you do see a giant Sourdough, Rocky in her mouth, and Butterball latched onto the back. Sourdough, who do you hand it off to?
I'm gonna actually Butterball, because I think Butterball's gonna be trying to hold on and is high as fuck. I mean, poop.
Yep. Yep.
Has no idea.
Yep.
She's just like, oh my god.
Yep.
So yeah, I would like to know what Butterball's doing in this situation right now.
Butterball has hopped on your back, and he's chilling. What is he gonna do? He's not really sure anymore what's happening.
This you do know this
So-
space is filling with water, so that's definitely
Yeah.
a concern.
Yeah, we have a worry here. I am trying to. I don't know.
Hey, sorry, real quick. I have a question.
Yeah.
When I changed size, did I sink the Rat King's boat?
I'd say yeah. If nothing
I was
else, he
holding
would.
onto it.
I would say yes.
Ha! I sunk his battleship.
Yeah, you
Suck
sunk
it,
his
Rat King.
battleship. Now
I know. what
he's
I wanna
getting rather large himself. He's eating them, but you know. Yeah, you sunk his battleship.
do. Ooh, okay.
That's what I wanted. Sorry.
All right, what you doing,
Yeah.
Butterball?
Okay. So Butterball also has preternatural awareness. So I would like, while he's riding the last bit of his zoomy high, to see if Butterball can notice the poltergeist.
Okay, let's get a notice roll from you.
So that's plus, it'll have +2.
And you have been blessed with the luck of magic. There are some ways that you can kind of boost this as well.
yeah. Okay, let's see what my initial roll is. Okay,
4.
great.
Great. That's enough to see it.
Yeah. Okay. So Butterball suddenly can see probably Twinkle Toes' astral form, but also this poltergeist. And what do cats do when they see invisible things that you don't?
Stop
They-
and stare.
They jump at them.
Yes, they do.
I think Butterball is going to I think Butterball is going to try to fight the poltergeist. So like leap up, claws out to like
Okay.
get at him. My fight is funnily enough more significant than my athletics.
Great.
You
Well,
know,
this is a
I wanna
proper
pin him.
fight.
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to like get him and like
Okay, this is gonna have to be
I wanna
really high because again, now you're using your physical form to try to pin something that's astral, so it's gonna be much more difficult.
yeah. Well, I have two invokes for Butterbomb, which feels real appropriate right
You
now.
do. So let's get the roll first. Let's get the fight roll and let's see how you do.
Super.
Nice. Nice.
You did it. You launched.
Is that a fight or a create advantage?
That's a good question.
Okay, so my initial thought was to like get the poltergeist and kind of like pin him.
Pin him down.
essentially?
Yeah.
And that would be
Yeah.
creating an advantage.
That's creating an advantage for the
Yeah,
next
so
person.
that we can deal with the
Yeah.
poltergeist.
Yeah, but that also
Okay.
means the poltergeist is pinned and cannot do anything
He
that a
can't-
poltergeist.
do anything.
Yeah.
It's pinned, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, like the cat is laying on his chest and he doesn't want to move. 'cause
okay,
cat.
I love this
Yeah.
because Butterball's huge. So, Butterball, you make a leap. You make a leap. Out of 5, you will create an advantage.
Yeah.
Right? Which basically sets the next person up to make an attack on him. He can't do anything as long as he's pinned. So, we're going to call him what, like sitting on his chest. I
Cat
don't know.
gravity. Cat gravity.
Gravity.
And so we'll just say
I
for
got your tongue.
that is there to help out the next person, as long as you're kind of sitting on him. So
Yes.
cat gravity happens, and I imagine it looks just like Butterball is now kind of levitating in the air in that like cat way, where like a really fat cat sits on your chest and you can't breathe it. Now you're like, just get off of me. It's like that.
You know those
And-
photos of cats from under glass tables?
yes, it looks just like that
Yes.
as you like lay there flat on him. I would say Twinkle Toes, you see this as
Right.
Butterball tackles him and kind of pins him down in one of the edges near the edge as the water's beginning to rise.
Yeah.
Who do you pass it off to, Butterball?
I'm thinking Twinkle Toes makes a lot of sense
Yeah,
to go
yeah, yeah.
next.
Twinkle Toes it is. Twinkle Toes, you see all this go down, and you have been set up for an advantage if you wanted to make an attack against the ghost.
I'm like thinking I'm gonna take a different track
Okay.
because like fighting seems so
Like a
and
lot
I'm
of
like
energy. Yeah.
so I'm gonna like fly down there and also sit on his chest and be like, hey, like sometimes I can talk to spirits when I'm like this. Can you understand me, ghost dude?
He looks very angry. His eyes are red, and he goes, "Yes, of course I can."
Cool. Like, what's up?
He does not know how to respond to this. He seems, maybe like he doesn't understand the question.
Because, like, you're down here and you're, like, hovering over the rat dude and he's, like, hyping up all the
Yes,
rats.
my minions! With Butterball, and it's just,
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, my friends are going to shred the shit out of you if you don't, like, chillax.
he goes, "Chill, axe. I don't understand. I simply want the respect that a Pied Piper deserves."
No way! You're a Pied Piper? I love pipes.
I thought it was obvious. It's a pipe. Yes,
No, like, pipes are the coolest.
I'm the Pied Piper.
So, like, do you have, like, a spectral pipe that you could play? Because I would totally be down for a concert.
No, your friend swallowed my actual pipe. He seems frustrated.
Oh.
What?
So,
is-
like, you need that pipe to do stuff.
The Rat King needs the pipe so that I can instruct the Rat King to play to lead the other mice to the surface so we can do what we tried to do all those years ago.
Could, like, all those years ago? What happened?
Were you not listening to my monologue?
No, I was totally, like, on catnip. What's up?
He looked very frustrated. Now, question: what is your goal here,
Yes.
Twinkle Toes?
I want to try to talk him down
Okay.
to chill. And
Okay.
maybe,
I
like,
confuse him enough.
stop trying to kill everyone.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make a rapport. Because he doesn't really like cats, clearly, because, like, Rat King, Pied Piper, cats
Yeah,
aren't really
yeah,
his thing.
yeah.
So it's kind of tough, but let's get a roll. You've got a lot of things working for you here.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I rolled dice. Got it.
Yeah, roll dice.
I'm pretty. Oh! That's 5, and I'm going to... Can I invoke my trouble to assist?
You can
Chillax
spend
to the
a
max.
fate. So you can spend a fate
Okay.
point to activate that aspect and add 2 to your roll.
I will do that.
And I was about to
that's
say,
gonna
but don't
make it-
forget, you've already got a free one if you wanted to use it for grounded as well. You could double
Oh,
stack
that's
it.
right. Okay.
So if you want to be
Then-
super chill, like as chill as you can get, you can do both of those things,
7,
Do it.
5, 6, 7,
which would make it
and
a
that would be
9.
another 2, 8,
Mm.
9.
Yeah,
Yeah,
9.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There has never been a more chill cat, ever, ever.
So cool.
Maybe you ask him, or there's like he between the cat that's purring on his chest and holding him down, it's like a weighted blanket, and between Twinkle Toes' very lulled presence.
It's so cool.
What
Just
do you
chill,
say to
man.
him to get him to not continue to try to take over the surface?
Look, like, you could try to take over the surface, but then that's going to be like a whole thing that you have to maintain all the time. Or you could come move in with me and my burden. Her name is Summer Meadows. And you could like chill with us and play your pipes. And I will totally listen and be like your number one fan.
He goes, I can come home with you?
Yeah, dude. Summer would be all about it. She loves this kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
He kind of, you see there's like a change. His eyes are no longer red. And he kind of sits back and he goes, nobody ever liked me when I was a real boy.
That's because they didn't get to know you, man. And I'm going to like headbutt rub him on the chin.
Oh, a cat sign of affection. The headbutt, it
Yeah.
breaks his heart. And he, we'll say, Ghost goes soft. And he no longer is going to fight you. He lets go of this like compel he has over the room. And he begins to cry.
And I just curl up and just lick his face.
And he
Butterball
strokes
starts
your
to
head.
purr.
Yeah, he strokes Butterball's head and he cries. He says, all I ever had were the rat. And I had to force them to be my friends by playing music for them. And nobody
No.
ever liked me. And he just kind of begins to just spill. He just, the floodgates open, basically. And he
Twinkle
becomes,
Toes just becomes like the therapist cat. She's like a therapy cat. Just, no, man, you got this. We're going to be best buddies.
now,
It's going to be awesome.
this is all fine and dandy. The rats kind of stop. That like their herded movement changes and they begin to scutter like rats scutter, trying to get away from each other. They tug and pull at this string that's been binding them. They're not under control anymore. The extensive fat rat, the big one that was in the middle, is still giant and huge. That hasn't changed. But he kind of comes to and shakes his head and he goes, "Oh, what happened?" And he looks around and sees all of you and he goes, "Oh, cat!" And he scutters. He runs and scutters.
And I go, Irving, you okay? Irving,
You hear a voice off on the side that goes, "Hey, who calling my name?
it's me,
What?
Rocky.
What?
Irving.
Oh, Rocky, it's good to see you."
I
hell
can't
is-
move.
I'll put Rocky down at this point.
Yeah, you like put him out. Now, guess what? This space is filling with water.
It's like the water's still coming.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
no,
go and
wait.
save Irving.
Everyone get on my back, quick!
I'm gonna quick grab Irving because I don't want my buddy. He's my
You
buddy.
scoop up Irving. You scoop up Kevin too. Kevin's like,
Yeah.
"Don't leave Kevin. Don't leave."
Yeah, come on, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Come on.
Kevin's always the
Leave
last one
Chad.
to the
No one
party.
likes Chad though.
Yeah.
Chad's not coming.
He's Chad.
Chad ain't
He's the
coming.
Chad of rats.
We'll say, unfortunately, Chad got it.
He got
the
it.
king. He got it. Chad is no more. But
Yeah.
you scoop them all up, and everybody begins to like swim towards Sourdough if you're not already there. Of course, once you get off, if you choose to, Butterball, your ghostly friend, the Pied Piper, he floats in the air. I would say he makes himself known to all of you so that you can see him. So for the first
Hey,
time,
whoa,
those
whoa,
of you that
whoa,
couldn't,
hey.
there's a ghost.
What the hell is that?
It's
He goes-
cool. It's cool. He's like moving in with me in summer.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone on, we gotta go! And I'm like gonna run and grab Twinkle Toes' like astral body.
Whoop! You grab the body. Sparkles. What are you doing?
Come with me if you want to live.
Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
I get on the I get on Sourdough's back by the tail.
Okay.
And then I use my paws to like sort of grab onto the tail. It's time for a performance.
Yes.
Thank you.
What we need is some theme music as we're rushing out to get out of the sewer.
Of course
that's
we
quickly
do.
flooding.
Of course.
Yes, we do. We
So one moment.
absolutely do.
One moment.
Gotta look up the lyrics.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yep. So you're going to use a rapport to
Yes.
inspire everyone to get the heck out of here? Is that the plan?
Yes, that's what's happening.
I love everything about this.
Okay.
This is so amazing.
And so, for some reason, the poltergeist's spirity presence has an air about it that blows her hair back as they are running, and then the glow from the poltergeist shines on her sparkle, and suddenly she's glowing.
Oh.
She's glowing, and she starts singing. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking, and we're, come on, everybody, staying alive, staying alive.
Staying alive.
From Sourdough's belly, you see a ferret's head, like pressing, and he's like, just like, he's still in there, just totally with it.
As I
We'll
run,
work 'em
you
up
hear
later.
like little whistles from the flute in beat with
Yeah,
the music.
in beat. And the water comes rushing, and eventually it takes you over. But here's the thing, Sourdough, you a big old cat, and you float. And you become a little bit of a raft as it kind of washes you down, and it washes you all the way back to where you started. And as the water like gathers and rises, it rises you all the way to the top. And from the city street at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, we see this pothole explode open. Water goes pouring down everywhere, and out shoots 5 cats, a ghost, and a few rats that hung on along for the ride. And as
This
all
is
of
so on brand for Atlanta.
right,
feel
this
like-
really is.
Yes.
This actually really is. And
I would not be surprised if I saw this driving down the street. As I fly out, I feel like I land on my like I'm not used to this size. I kind of land on my belly and like
yeah,
out pops.
out pops
Shudder.
Ferris wheel.
Yes.
Ferris wheel comes regurgitating out of your mouth and goes like sliding across the ground. And standing there, as promised, waiting, is Thomas on the steps of the courthouse. He has been waiting on you, Sparkles. And he says, in his Beth Southern accent, "My dearest Sparkles, I have spent the last few hours pining for your presence.
You don't want you.
Frankly, my
I'm
dear,
not done.
I don't give a damn.
Yes!
And Thomas's heart breaks. And he walks away defeated. He really thought he might find himself a gal tonight. But in this quaint moment as he walks away, it is Ferret Wheel that walks up to Sparkles. And he says, I just wanted to tell you that you are perfect.
Oh, my heart.
Ferris wheel. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have never met a grievier cat than you.
I'm a ferret.
Do you want to?
I'm going Ferris wheel.
Do you
Do you dance?
have somewhere warm to? Do you want to dance?
He goes, I know this swanky place, where maybe I could treat you to dance.
Hey.
What?
Stutter.
What?
Stutter.
What?
Stutter, come
What?
here.
What?
Come here.
Okay,
Real
okay,
quick,
okay,
come here.
okay.
Come here.
What, man? You're crippling my style.
No, listen. I can't help but have overheard your true name. That's funny. But here's the thing about true names. Sometimes, if you got a friend, they can give you a little bit of advice about, how to do good things. And what I'm gonna tell you is this. Ferris wheel. I'm gonna tell you something. You and the night and the music. And Sparkle. You gotta dance. You gotta dance with your soul. And so I am blessing you for this night with Twinkle Toes.
Oh, I feel it. And his little hips start to like gyrate a little bit. He does a little
I think you meant Sparkles.
No.
He's hooking Ferret Wheel up.
I am.
Dad, he said with Twinkle Toes.
Right.
the dancing.
With the dancing, with the twinkle.
dancing.
He gives him
I
Twinkle
thought you meant
Toes.
me.
No. I'm giving him Twinkle Toes.
And you see it. It's kind of like it starts in his feet, and his hips start to gyrate, and then his feet start to do a little
one
two-step.
second, and I just like grabbed one of the small mice, and I was like, there you go.
And you boost him up, and he's like, yeah. And he like
You're a
slides.
smooth operator.
He's such a smooth operator, and he's smooth operator, and he slides up, and he
like electric
scoops
slides over?
Sparkles up, and he says, "Come on, doll, I found a roller skate around the corner." And he scoops Sparkles up. This ferret carries a full Persian cat above his head down the block, and together they ride the roller skate away. And all of you are left with the sun coming up. Your burdens will be up soon, but the mystery of what happened to all the rats on the streets of Atlanta seems to have been solved. For before all of you make it back even to your block, which is quite a long walk together, you see that rats begin rummaging through garbage cans, and one scutters down and into a gutter. Things are back like they're supposed to be. The furry, feline, and tailed world that exists without mortal knowledge is back the way it should be. But Sourdough, you still have... Eventually your size shrinks back to kind of normal size, and maybe you even get to meet up with the great Jezebel. She requests and wants to know everything that happened. More importantly, she has direct interest in this pipe, which you will spend 2 weeks trying to pass. Yeah, it takes you a long time, Sourdough, but eventually you're able to pass a
Whistling in the wind.
A pan flute.
Every morning I expand my size real big. I'm like, okay.
Today's the day, baby. Today's the day. And the greatest challenge of all is the passing of the pan flute.
Oh, I thought it was getting back up to my fire escape.
Maybe that too.
I was smart enough to say that I coughed up the ferret, but I wasn't smart enough to say that I coughed up the pan flute. I deserve this.
Chat says more fiber, Sourdough. You need more fiber. And so we see this incredible kind of end. The camera pans in backwards order. Sparkles riding a roller skate, hand in hand, dancing on an empty glitter floor of a disco with an unexpected partner. Sourdough spends many a week trying to pass a magical pan flute with great success, and Jezebel meets you, provides you with some pretty much anything you want. All the food you can eat, all the rats you want, pretty much anything that you need in exchange for this magical item. Butterball, you do eventually make it back to your apartment, which is probably all you really want, but you walked out of that sewer with a little something extra. The excess catnip that fell out of Twinkle Toes' pocket.
Oh no.
It's 2 a.m. every night for him.
And so
It's 2 a.m. somewhere.
Butterball has a little something to get the juices flowing. Rocky, we see you back on the streets. You got your rats on the corner, the raccoon's still doing accounting. Yeah. And
This is my street.
this is your street. And your burden has to shut the Instagram count down. There was rumor across this thing called the interweb. You don't exactly know what spider weaves it, but they say a lot. And the interweb told your burden that, unfortunately, there's two of you. A fraud. Something called a hashtag
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
They don't know either. You're not exactly sure. Something about lies, maybe. You're definitely sure it involves lies. And trending. You don't really understand that either, but that's another keyword that gets used quite frequently. But the fact of the matter is, the Instagram account is a bust. And you're able to maybe build up some fresh street cred.
So what you're trying to say is that I never gotta be a sassy cat speaking back unless it's like on my own terms, right?
That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. And your embarrassing little secret kind of goes away, at least for the time being. At least for the time being. And our oh yeah, no, by all means, go ahead.
Just so you know, one last time. Go ahead. You can tell me to do it one last time. Go ahead.
Do it. Meow. And we get a meow as the camera pans up to a very quaint, hipstery apartment. There in a meditative stance, or like sit, is Twinkle Toes and your burden and a ghost, a poltergeist that she has very much welcomed into your life. The Pied Piper, as he's called. She thinks that name's very funny. As she tokes from a rather large pipe and sets it on the ground and fills the air with smoke as it... Yes, you revel in it. The Pied Piper revels in it. And smoke fills the space, blurring the camera into...
So much Jethro Tull.
So much Jethro Tull. So much Jethro Tull. Yeah. As the camera kind of fades into black, and this quaint neighborhood, this block of street here in the city of the Great Atlanta, has been kept safe. In fact, the whole city has, thanks to the brave endeavors of 5 furry felines who dove into the sewers and came out the other side with... Well, I don't really know what you came out the other side with other than maybe...
New
friends.
Yeah, you had new friends and new love, and fresh catnip.
And street cred.
And street cred. You got a lot of
reps to
street
protect.
cred. Yeah, you got a lot of street cred. And our little tale, as you might call it, comes to a close. We did it! Thanks for staying over a little bit, everybody. That was too much fun.
That was so fun.
Let's go around.
Same time next week?
Yeah, right. Yeah, same cat time, same cat channel. Let's go around and very quickly tell us who you are and where we can find you when I guess you're not here. Let's start with Patrick because you're up on my screen first.
Hello, I'm Patrick. You can find me at Patrick RMYERS.
Nice. Anything you want to tell us you're busy doing?
Yeah, so I am also the host of a podcast called Ghostlight, which is part of the Press Play Initiative at the Alliance Theater. So please come check that out.
Yeah, you might want to check it out because I heard there might be somebody called a Dot on it.
My.
I'm just saying.
These noises are getting weird.
Look, half our noises tonight have been cat noises. We don't have people right now.
End of game ASMR. Well, Patrick, I have, so Patrick and I play in a home game together, which is my big secret. I didn't tell anybody. But I was very excited that you joined me for this because I've missed our home game and I've missed playing with you. And thank you for bringing sparkles to the table.
Oh my God,
Thank
the
you
greatest.
for bringing sparkles to the table.
Amazing.
Katie, tell us who you are and where we can find you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katie Downey, a.k.a. Goblin Katie, and you can find me on alternating Tuesdays on twitch.tv/mini-terrain-domain playing Harper's Tale, Hope and Redemption. You can catch me every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/threadraiders playing Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
You can catch me on Sundays at 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/rockpunchatl or twitch.tv/DND playing D4. And on you can catch me on the Stellar Arcanum podcast, which releases new episodes on alternating Mondays once we're recording again. Because of the world being on fire, we're on hiatus, but it's a good time to catch up on the series. So
Yes, it is.
that's me.
Yes, it is. All good stuff, all great shows, and all great channels. I can confirm all of these things. Thanks, Katie, for coming out today. I knew what I had. I was like, I'm going to run Secret of Cats, and Katie has to be involved.
I loved this game. This was
so good.
so amazing.
Yeah, I knew you'd love this. So thanks. I really appreciate you coming out and spending some time and getting to roll
Thank you
dice
for asking.
what, like the first time I think on this channel.
Yes,
we've
this
rolled
is my
dice
first
together a lot,
Yeah.
but like, yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming out and sharing your joy and your talents. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. April, tell us where you are, and I know you busy doing stuff.
Hi, I'm April. Or bye, we're leaving. I don't know which direction we're going. My name is April Ray. You can find me on the Twitter, April Raygun. I am one of the other functioning brain cells of Slady's, a new channel that we've created to help bring more female creators into the TTRPG and gaming space in a safe and good way, and kind of help bring back that Atlanta street cred that we used to have back to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and that's every Friday at 8 p.m. for the Slady's. We play Magical Girls.
Yes.
I play Sailor Mercury as a human in Atlanta.
I love that.
It's amazing.
Wow. That's
So cool.
First off, Magic Girls, yes.
Yeah.
Also, thanks, Crit Witch, for those subs you dropped there at the end. Thank you for gifting all those.
Thank you.
Looks like a couple people got it, so you guys should
okay,
check that
real
out.
quick, really funny. One of the guys in there who just got a sub is named Kevin. And Kevin is our official he's one of the he dates or is a fiance of one of the girls on Slady's, and he's our official note taker, and is funny because I keep accidentally naming things Kevin and he just keeps popping up.
Well, he wasn't
Nice.
killed, so you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
kill
fine.
Kevin this time. I've killed a
Yeah.
Kevin before when he was in the chat, and that was sad.
Well, we saved you, Kevin.
We
Yes.
saved you, Kevin.
We saved you.
Don't worry, I saved you this time, buddy.
Fantastic. Well, and you too. I think this is the first time we've played together here.
Yes.
So thank you also for coming to the channel.
I'm
all
so
the
excited to
Kevins
be here
and,
finally.
yeah, me too. And I really appreciate it. And I know we've got some things possibly coming up in the nearest future together. So
Yes.
I'll chat
we
about
have,
that. here in a
oh,
second.
Crit
Crit-
Con.
you want to talk about that? Crit BitsCon?
Yeah, I can
Go
talk
for
about that. We're actually, you're in it. Katie, aren't you coming to join us at CryptBitsCon?
So
Yeah, we're
yeah.
raising money for the Highlander.
Yes,
It's
I
a
am.
research
Yeah.
foundation that helps people who've been protesting get out of prison and like legal funds. And we'll be doing that soon. So keep in touch with my Twitter, and you'll be able to see we're going to raise money for a really great foundation with some of these really awesome people in this room.
There's a bunch of there's a lot of really cool panels. There's gonna be some live streams and some things like actual
we have
plays, but
live
there's a bunch
streams,
of
we have
panels.
games.
I'll be hosting one about live streaming TTRPGs. I'm gonna be sitting on a panel with women in TTRPGs. which
I'm
should be very
hosting
cool.
the Women in TTRPG panel, which you're in.
Which should be very cool. So there's a couple things coming down the line, and then I've got I feel like the other one is it's not the improv, it's
You have another one.
I do. I'll figure it out before it's my turn to actually talk.
I have. Don't worry, I have the schedule.
Perfect.
I'll make sure you know it. I'm
I
also
appreciate-
one about being funny, and I don't know why.
Oh, that's great. Well,
because you are a
I'm just like,
freakishly hilarious delight.
it's true.
I'm just real stupid.
No.
I just don't let the filter get in the
No.
way.
Okay,
I mean,
April, don't
move
you
on.
ever say that about
Okay.
yourself again. Because my friends, nobody talks about my friends that way.
Not even my
Sorry.
friends.
Not even my friends.
I'm sorry.
Nobody puts
Twinkle
baby in the
Toes,
corner.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Don't
What?
do it, man.
Awesome. And of course, Trooper, who is not new to this channel, who I play so many games with, but Trooper, it's
Not
been
enough.
it's not enough. It's been a really long time since I've GM'd you in Fate.
And I've missed it. It's been
I know. 'Cause
super
I've-
duper.
Super Duper was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's been a long time. So I'm really glad you came to play cats with me.
You know that musical has no plot though. So
It's awful.
The worst.
I saw it live, like when it came out, like on tour. I'm not from the West Coast, so I saw it on its tour, and I was like, I don't know, 12, 13. I was young, so it was like that perfect age to love it. And my thought was, as a 12-year-old, was like, this is cool for 15 minutes, and I was like, well,
Now what?
It's cats.
then it was like 15 minutes. Like after 15 minutes, I was like, how long is this gonna go for? Because there was like,
There's nothing. There's nothing to it.
So
Yeah.
many
Anyways.
cats.
Yeah.
Anyways, we could just make a sub podcast that's all about how much I hate
Yeah.
musical cats, but like we can move on. That's fine.
Okay. So it has been well over a year
Yeah.
since Dot has GM'd me in Fate, which I'm so glad that I have had a chance to be here. But I'm also super glad that I'm able to play with all of you all here, all of you all. Like
This
this is
table
just
was
like,
amazing.
I'm glad I get to play with you.
oh
Yes.
no,
I'm
The
glad I
coolest cat on the
finally-
block.
Like, I have been dying to play a game with you, and I finally got to play a game with you before we get married.
I know, because I feel like we should probably like game once before we get married. because, like,
It's important.
True story. That's where there's a.
You
there's
gotta
a,
know if there's
yeah,
compatibility.
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Super true.
So
Yeah, where can we
you can
find you,
find me.
Trooper?
You can find me. Let's just talk. Well, you can find me at Trooper SJP on Twitch. But let me just talk about what's going to come up next. This is important. On Thursday at 7 p.m. on a channel, I don't know, you might know it, called Little Red Dot. I am going to be. It's the first episode this coming Thursday.
Oh,
the first
that's
episode.
actually not true. I'm sorry.
Wait, it's the second episode and I missed it?
No.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
No, I'm having to push it back till after Thanksgiving. You haven't gotten that message yet, but you should say this anyways because it is coming Thursday after Thanksgiving.
Okay, Thursday after Thanksgiving. So coming soon at a table near you, I am going to be able to have the chance to do a four-part redo, sequel, prequel, Ness of Dot's amazing campaign Nova, which is an overlight campaign. Yes.
It's coming
and
back.
It's coming back. It is coming back. And I will be able to step back into the shoes of Tikara, a young young tomboy who like has lots of feelings, and I am so excited. That was that was a campaign that had like 8 episodes, and I think I cried in every single one. So
It was that game was just
Massive
unbelievable.
hype.
yeah.
Yeah, so what's actually happening is thanks to Fulton County Arts and Culture, who's making this program possible, who's making the Swords Fall program possible, the third show that they're helping make possible is what is basically the like prologue to the Nova. It's going to be called After Nova, and it'll include the same cast. We've actually got a new player joining us from Atlanta, so we've got an Atlanta artist that's going to be joining the table. So we've got 5 players this time around. Rest of everybody's signed on, and we're Thursday starting after Thanksgiving. So the Thursday after Thanksgiving. So whatever that one is, I think it's like the 4th of December or something like that. You can join us for that. We'll be kicking off, and we'll be doing what happened after they got stranded on Nova and had this very epic adventure up the shards through this game called Overlight. So I'm very excited to be back, just so that you know.
I'm super excited too. And then if you want to, I would invite you all, if you are interested in seeing my baby, which is Friday nights at 7 p.m. on my channel, Trooper SJP, which is City of Light and Shadow, a French resistance campaign using Fate, and also with, as an amazing player, Little Red Dot as Regina, who is a good German. She was like, I'm out of this place. I'm gonna go and like
I'm
work
leaving
in
Germany to save my country, y'all.
Yeah, and she also murders people. And
I might also be a spy and a sniper. It's fine. That part is not important. That's not why.
It might be really, really good, and you should all go watch it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I might have watched a lot of them. I
It's
might be a
so-
little bit of a fangirl of Trooper, and like so when I saw he was in there, I'm like, wait, be cool.
I will just
The
say
playing
that
is so good. It's acting. It
Yeah,
really
no, you guys
is.
are
It's
amazing. It doesn't make
Beautifully
sense.
performed.
I'm just gonna say that
Doesn't
right
make
now,
sense.
like
It's a game, but you're so good.
like a bunch of like French Gestapo, which are basically a bunch of criminals, have raided their bar, and I feel like one of the players might want to start shooting, and that's a lot of people with guns. And and also Josephine Baker's in there, and also a cheetah, and I just don't want. Like, we'll see what happens. People might die. I don't know. It's a cliffhanger.
It is a Fate. For those of you that like Fate, if you want to see, in my opinion, the best Fate GMing that you can see, you should watch City of Light and Shadow.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's beautiful. It really is.
Trooper does just an incredible job. So,
Those
anywhere
are the
else?
two I'm
What
gonna.
else you
Those
doing?
are the two I'm gonna.
Those are the two. Those are the two you plug in. I appreciate
That's
that.
the two I'm gonna plug. I'm just gonna. I'll plug this though. Every single person who was a cat today was the most amazing, and I want to like just have like okay, this is what I want. I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I
Tell
want
us what you want. What you really, really
Really,
want.
really want.
what I want. I want I want to.
You wanna?
I really, really, really want a black velvet painting of all of us playing poker as cats.
See, and I almost want it to be like one of those Velvet Lisa Frank posters from the 90s.
yeah.
You know which ones I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Color,
Yes.
with the
Color
artist.
in.
Like,
I will
color
pitch
in.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you.
Okay,
Oh my
I
gosh, look
need
at all those
this.
gift subs.
Dude, Pen is in chat, and I have been a Patreon of hers for a while.
Oh, hey, Grazie,
Pen, I would like
Pen.
to cash in my yearly drawing to get the drawing of all of the cats playing poker.
Oh,
Patton, I love you, please.
Someone, the pen has been called.
The pen, yes. We have activated
Summon the pen!
We have summoned the pen.
I love that. Okay, the pen has been summoned. Well, thank you, Trooper, for joining us here once again and constantly bringing your talent and your joy to the dot lot. It means a lot to me. And last but certainly not least, the love of my life, my actual wife, Tiffany. Where can we find you when you're not here?
You can find me doing other game things on the North by Northwest podcast. We just finished up a run of one-shots, 3 of which I jam. So you can actually catch Pen on
them.
Witch of the
good.
Underwillow one shot with our
So
favorite
good.
friends from D&D is for Nerds being the most chaotic humans I've ever met in my life, and I love them so much. If you've never had 2 players show up and say, I am the Corn Knight, I am the Harvest Knight, and we are rivals, but maybe friends, but maybe rivals, and then proceed to do that for 3 hours, like, you've really missed out. And it was
Well, don't miss out, y'all. You can go listen to
Penn
North by
got the
Northwest.
job done. It was great. So besides North by Northwest and my appearances on the dot lot, you can catch me on Twitter at RaccoonBee. I do sewing things, and I will have a ton of photos dropping soon from my photo shoot of my Victorian Donald Duck.
Donald Duck is my
Stop.
favorite.
It looks
It is
so good.
amazing.
That cosplay is incredible, Tiffany. Like, I've seen you make a lot of
one of my favorite
cosplays.
cosplays I've ever seen.
It's so
Oh,
good.
thank you guys.
so good.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the shenanigans that is me. If you couldn't tell from Butterball or any of my other appearances here, I take a joke and then I make it real or too far. And
Or
this
both.
was or both.
Why
You
And
not?
found the
I went-
perfect company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Donald Duck. But make it a beautiful Victorian lady?
I
don't
believe
know.
a Victorian Donald Duck wears a dress, no pants though, right? Because Donald Duck doesn't wear
It's,
pants.
it's skirts. Yeah.
It's a skirt. It's a skirt.
It's all them bustle butts.
It's all in
All
bustle.
day bustle.
Well,
Anyways.
I just want to say thank you all so much for audience being here, for all the gifted subs, for the donations that came through. All those things help make this channel possible, as well as the kindness of Fulton County Arts and Culture, who have given a grant to make this show possible. So thank you again so much for letting us share in silly cat jokes and laughter, and to tell stories from just a different perspective.
Who are you?
Oh, I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Come
I'll
on,
get
you're
there.
amazingness.
I'll get
Yeah.
there. So thank you all so much for being here tonight. I am Dot. This is my Twitch channel where we roll dice and we tell stories. Because we're human.
Because.
And we love stories. And stories bring us closer together. So I just want to say thank you for being here tonight. If you want to catch me elsewhere, I'm going to drop my social in chat. That's the best way to keep up with me because I got a lot going on. But most importantly, I want to say that tomorrow night we're going to be doing something a little different for Swords Fall. We all know what burnout looks like, so we're going to be taking a break, and instead of playing the game tomorrow night, the cast as well as the game designer, Brandon, have volunteered to come in and do a chat about, BIPOC people in the gaming industry, about being a game designer and how to design games around diversity and for diversity. So it's going to be a great conversation, and yeah, I can't wait to just sit there and listen to it. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow night here at 7 p.m. And then, again, you'll get to see the rest of Swords Fall in the coming weeks. But that's tomorrow evening. Following that, check me out on Friday. And if you want to catch me in a place that's just my voice, I'm very excited to announce that you can do that on North by Northwest still. I'm not in it right now, but I'm like, that's my home
Well,
podcast.
we're
So you
about to
always
start
got to hear
putting-
me.
We're about to start putting novellas on the feed.
Oh,
So
perfect.
technically
So-
you are.
Okay, great. So you can hear me. You can come check me out in the novellas that are about to drop, that we did here, that are going to podcast form, and then you can check me out in the Stitch of Fate podcast, which I just got. I'm in final round nominations for an Audio Voice Award for my performance in that, which is kind of huge. So I'm like over
Wow.
You totally deserve it.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all,
100%.
I'm over the moon about it. So if you haven't checked out Stitch of Fate, please go do so. It's very different than this. It's kind of a dark mystery using VTM, but it is it's a project that I've put a lot of love and time into. So thank you all so much for being here.
Good.
That is all that I have for you tonight. Go out into
Can I give
the
them
world.
the goat?
Oh,
Give
yes,
them the goat.
yes. Wait, go out into the world and spread joy and be wonderful to each other. And we're gonna leave you with these wise words of wisdom from Trooper's goat. There it is, everybody. Wise words of wisdom. We will see you next time right here on the Dot Lot. Same dot time, same dot channel. Until then, have a good one.